Good morning, brothers and sisters. Have you shouted for joy yet? I hope we live our life with faith, rejoiced by God. Yesterday, I have mentioned some spiritual books taught us to pray to the Lord within us. Actually, this is not according to the Bible. We shall pray to the Father in heaven, pray to the Lord in glory. Therefore, our spiritual eye shall look up to look at the Lord in glory. God's created our mind, which includes our imagination. We can think of the things in heaven. Of course, we are not daydreaming to think of something fake and make it real. It is our heart to focus on the truth, to pay attention on the truth and to be influenced. God gives us the ability to imagine, which is very useful. We can create new things. We can even experience the truth. Some brother and sister thinks the things in heaven are too high and too far away. How we can think? We don't have wings to fly to heaven. There is a concept which is very important. I'd like to share with you here. In reality, the things which our eyes can see are not very near either. The things we can see are worldly possessions. How close are their relationship with you? Instead, the things in heaven are close to us. They even have a very close relationship with us. Brothers and sisters, what we need most every day is the heavenly resources to help us to live our life on earth. Therefore, it is not far away at all. Let's think. The Lord is in heaven. Is He far away from you? No. He abides in our hearts. You can think as well. We are the Lord's love. Isn't it so precious? Isn't it a very precious truth in our life? Have we got these heavenly resources, this precious truth to help us in our daily life? I say it again, the things in heaven are not far away. Instead, it is very near and closely related to us. Let us think of the heavenly things. May the Lord bless us. Brothers and sisters, the verses I'd like to share with you is in Isaiah chapter 43, verse 18 to 19. And it said, "Remember not the former things, nor consider the things of old. Behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it? I will make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert." God has promised to His people to do a good thing, which He would make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. It was truly an amazing thing, and the meaning behind was God make a way in the difficulties like in the wilderness and desert. But God gave them a reminder. Do not remember the former things, nor things of old. Which it meant was God didn't ask us to forget about the past, forgot about the grace of God in the past. God wanted us to remember these things so that we have faith to face our future. Not just to remember the ancestors' history, to obsess in their splendid days, but ignore the new things that God will do. At the time, they were carried into exile and returned to Jerusalem. I can say it was the new Exodus. God has reminded us it was not necessary to discard the history, not to neglect the lesson we should learn through history, but we need to be careful. History may hinder us to accept the new things. Many brothers and sisters may miss about their success stories, but cannot see the difficulties nowadays are better than the past. God will make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. Many brothers and sisters, they just stop over or step back and dare not to go forward. They just complained such and such as present and how good it was in the past. They stay in the current situation and focus on the past experience. Brothers and sisters, we must not like that. It's true, the situation may change, but God will not change in our life. He wants us to be glorious. The path of the righteous shall shine forth until noon. But it's a pity men like to dwell in the past and neglect God's will. Therefore, the verses has reminded us not to remember the former things, nor consider the things of old. Do you understand? Brothers and sisters, God is doing a new thing on us, to do a new thing in His will. God will do a new thing in the church history. Get rid of the boundary in the past and embrace the new challenge ahead. There was a professor working in Cornell University, a very famous university in America. This professor has done an experiment. He put few bees in a bottle and let it set horizontally. The bottom of the bottle was facing to the light source, and the bottle was opened. The bees were flying towards the light source. They kept bumping towards the dead end. Finally, when they understood they couldn't fly away, they just stayed where the light was. But they died at the end. The professor has cleared away the bees and replaced by the flies. It was so strange. Only a few minutes later, the flies had all fled away from the bottle. Do you know why? It was so simple. The flies didn't fly only towards the light source, but they flied everywhere. They tried hard here to fly here and there in order they could flee away. When they changed their direction, very soon they could find a way out. Not only they crash anywhere, they also try hard to find a different way. They were very different from the bees. We can conclude from this experiment that is to be brave enough to try anything. It is still better than to sit on a problem and awaiting its storm. If we are sitting there with folded arms in our life, why don't we try to explore any possible way? If we're just sitting here and do nothing, being conservative and refuse to regenerate, we will be withered in the end and cannot experience God, just waiting the Lord's coming in the end. Why don't we try on some new ministry, new position? It may not achieve a good result, but one thing I'm sure, you will experience God more. Brothers and sisters, don't stay in your glorious old age. There will be many new things awaiting for us in the days ahead. God will make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. May the Lord bless us.